I think the power of voice is really the power of communicating with others. It's really the power of being human. If you don't have voice, you don't share your voice with others, then you don't communicate, you don't create, you don't collaborate, and you really need to have that ability to really just be human and really be a successful person.
According to an NASP fact sheet, over 3.2 million students are victims of bullying each year. From the same study, it is approximated that 160,000 teens skip school every day because of bullying.
When you can't use your voice, it's a pretty horrible feeling because you can't get help if you need it, you can't get support, so it's not a place where you want to be.
When people are stuck in a situation and they can't use their voice, they probably feel stuck, and they probably feel like they have no one to turn to, and they don't have an escape, and they don't know what they're going to do next.
According to the National Center of Education Statistics and the Bureau of Justice Statistics, in the U.S., 28% of students experience bullying in grades 6 through 12, while 9% experience cyberbullying.
I have faced conflicts with speaking up. For instance, back in high school, I used to go to the guidance counselor and I wouldn't go to lunch because I would be teased by these certain kids, and I didn't really know how to speak up to them, and I didn't know how to solve on my own. I would avoid the problem. I think over time I've gotten more used to standing up for myself. I've become less anxious because I became more comfortable with myself.
According to a UCLA psychology study, 70.6% of young people say they have seen bullying in their schools. Statistics from Bradshaw Sawyer and A.L. Brennan School Psychology Review show that 70.4% of school staff have seen bullying, 62% witnessed bullying 2 or more times in the last month, and 41% witnessed bullying once a week or more. Likewise, bullying statistics from 2013 revealed that adults intervene 4%, peer classmate intervene 11%, and none intervene 85%.
I think schools really are not teaching children how to speak up and use their own voice. Although officially there's tons of programs and steps for students to learn how to do that, I think the problem is when students speak up, it breaks the norm. It makes teachers and administrators in schools react to situations they're not comfortable with dealing with, and so they'd rather not have that truly happen. Again, officially everybody will say, yes, speak up, and have tons of workshops and things. But in reality, it's difficult for children to speak up, especially when they're challenging the norm that's out there.
I think that the school assemblies that talk about bullying do help, but also get a bit annoying, I'd say. Because sure, it's good to make everyone aware that bullying is an issue and we need to stop it, and how we can help it, or how we can, if we're the bullies, how to stop ourselves. But after a while, if you just keep going and going, it just keeps getting repetitive, and I think there's this kind of feeling in teenagers that they just feel the need to rebel. So by doing this over and over again, it might convince them, oh, I'm so annoyed at this. Is it really that bad? And they might rebel. So there's good and there's bad.
I think that bystanders should ultimately do something. I think that it's a little bit disrespectful if there's, let's say, you're in school and there's a fight going on, and you grab your phone out and you start recording it, and you're getting your friends to come watch it. I think that you should definitely, if there's a situation like that, you shouldn't be doing that. I think you should be alerting a teacher or something like that. You shouldn't stand there and watch it. I think that you need to be, if you're a witness to something, you need to speak up about that, especially if someone else is hurt or in danger.
The school system encourages kids through guidance lessons and through advisory lessons. So as an advisory teacher, I do tell them, stand up, speak your voice. Something's happening to you, or you see something happening to somebody, I am like your mother, your advocate at school, and I'm here to encourage you to speak your voice.
The best person for a young person to turn to is someone that they trust, that they have a proven track record that supports them, that will do the right thing on their behalf. So it could be a parent, it could be a peer, it could be a sibling or a teacher, but someone that's going to advocate for them.
The first thing I would do if my child was in a bullying situation is I would ask them what steps have they done so far, and try to review what they've done so far and see if it's been successful at all. For example, if they told the teacher and the bullying's still going on, well, we need another strategy. So I would try to figure out what was done and then try to brainstorm with them what they can do to try to satisfy the situation. If nothing happens with their work, then I would step in as well, because that is a situation I don't want to go on for any length. But really, I'd like to have them try to solve the problem and try to guide them along the way.
I would say to someone who was struggling to find their voice or struggling to speak up for themselves that you are valid. You have the ability to speak up for yourself, even if you don't think you have that. You can change more than you think you can. It's good to be proactive. It's not necessarily good to be reactive all the time. So I would say treat yourself accordingly, because you're a good person and you have that ability to speak up for yourself.